Welcome to Stoic Flame, the place where we explore timeless wisdom to help you stand strong in a world that constantly changes. Here, we dive deep into the philosophy that teaches you how to endure the storms of life with courage, clarity, and inner peace. If you're seeking strength when the world feels heavy, or perspective when your path feels unclear, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about those final, intense moments before a breakthrough. The stage most people quit, but the stage that can transform your life forever. There comes a moment in life when everything feels unbearably heavy. You've been working, pushing, trying for so long that your mind begins to question if it's even worth it anymore. The road feels endless. The results you expected haven't shown up. It's as if the universe is testing you with every possible obstacle, just to see if you'll finally give up. This is the stage that most people never pass because it feels like the end. But in reality, it's the final stage before your breakthrough. The Stoics knew this well. The night is always darkest before the dawn. They understood that the period of greatest struggle is also the period of greatest transformation. It's not there to break you. It's there to shape you into the person capable of holding the victory you've been working for. At this stage, you might feel exhausted. Every step you take feels heavier than the last. The goals that once inspired you now feel distant, almost unreachable. You might even wonder if you've been fooling yourself all along. But this is exactly why this stage matters. It is here that the mind is refined like steel in the fire. It's here that patience is forged, that endurance becomes your closest ally. The Stoics would remind you, the obstacle is the way. What you are facing now is not a sign to stop. It is a sign that you are close. The difficulty is proof of progress, not the absence of it. You'll notice strange things happening in this stage. Opportunities may seem to vanish. People you trusted may distance themselves. The support you once had might fade. At first, it feels like abandonment, but in truth, it is pruning. The unnecessary is falling away, making space for what truly belongs in your life after the breakthrough. It's uncomfortable, sometimes painful, but necessary. A tree cannot bear new fruit unless the dead branches are cut away. And so it is with you. You might also find that challenges intensify. The small setbacks that used to bother you now feel massive. The pressure is unrelenting. But pressure has a purpose. A diamond cannot be created without it. The Stoics saw adversity as a training ground for the soul. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining." This isn't cold indifference, it's power. It's the decision to stand unshaken, to let the storm pass through you without tearing you apart. Because on the other side of that storm lies a clarity and strength you cannot yet imagine. In this stage, time feels slow. You work hard and see little immediate return. Days blur together. Doubt knocks on your door every morning. But remember, seeds grow in silence before they break the surface. You are in that silent growth phase. What you've planted is still beneath the soil, unseen, but it is alive. Every action you've taken, every sacrifice you've made, is feeding that growth. The moment it breaks through will feel sudden, but it will be the result of everything you've endured. Another sign you're close is the inner pull to simplify. You begin to lose interest in distractions, in the noise of the world. Things that once consumed your attention no longer matter as much. You crave quiet, focus, and purpose. This is not isolation. It's alignment. Your energy is gathering for the leap forward. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. Victory doesn't bloom in ease. The moment you feel you've reached your limit is the moment to go one step further. That is where the shift happens. That is where the reward is unlocked. And when it comes, it will feel like the weight of the world has been lifted from your shoulders. You will look back and see that every delay, every hardship, every lonely night was not the end, but the preparation. So if you find yourself here now, tired, tested, and tempted to walk away, understand this: you are not at the end. You are at the edge of the life you've been working for, the edge of the version of yourself you were meant to become. Do not turn back. Take one more step, and then another. The breakthrough is not ahead of you in the distance. It is right in front of you, waiting for you to keep moving just long enough to see it. And when you step into that space beyond the edge, you realize something no one could have explained to you before. You were already becoming the person you needed to be long before the breakthrough arrived. It wasn't the goal itself that was changing you. It was the path. Every small decision to keep going had been silently rewriting your character, building resilience you didn't know you had. The Stoics often spoke of virtue as the only true good. And this is where you see why. Because even if the reward had never come, the strength you gained in the process would have already been worth it. You've learned to stand through storms, to act without needing constant reassurance, to trust the process when it made no sense. That is real wealth. What's strange is that when the breakthrough finally comes, it doesn't feel like fireworks. It feels quiet, almost natural, as if it was always supposed to happen this way. And that's because by the time you arrive here, you have grown into the kind of person for whom this success is simply the next step, not a miracle out of nowhere, but the inevitable result of who you've become. The pain you endured has lost its sting. The delays no longer feel like punishments. They feel like the exact timing you needed. You begin to see the wisdom in everything that once frustrated you. The failures taught you humility. The closed doors redirected you to better ones. The betrayals removed those who could not walk with you into the future. Even the long stretches of waiting built a patience that now allows you to enjoy your success without fear of losing it. The Stoics would say that life is not about controlling events, but about mastering your response to them. You now live that truth. And here's the beauty. The moment you realize you've crossed that invisible line, you also understand that this is not the end. It is a beginning. Breakthroughs are not finish lines. They are gateways. What lies beyond is an even greater responsibility, because now you know what it takes. You know that comfort is a slow poison, and that the next stage of your life will require you to keep growing, keep challenging yourself, and keep walking with the same courage that brought you here. There will still be trials. New challenges will come. but they no longer intimidate you because you've faced the deepest test already, the test of not giving up when your heart was tired and your hands were empty. You know now that strength is not the absence of struggle. Strength is what grows when you face the struggle and move forward anyway. You carry that strength with you into everything you do. So when the next storm rises, you won't panic. You will stand still, breathe deeply, and remember, you have been here before. You've walked through darker nights and colder winds. And each time the dawn came, each time you emerged stronger. The breakthrough is not just a single event. It is a state of being. It's the quiet knowledge that you can endure, adapt, and rise, no matter how many times life tests you. And as you move forward, you start to notice that people begin to see something different in you. Not just in your words, but in the way you carry yourself. There is a calmness that cannot be faked, a steadiness that only comes from having faced yourself in the fire. Others may call it confidence, but you know it's something deeper. It's the peace that comes from knowing that no matter what happens, you will keep walking until the path opens again. That peace is your real breakthrough. Everything else is just a bonus. If this message spoke to you, remember, it's not just words. It's a reminder of the strength you already carry. Breakthroughs are not distant miracles. They are built in the quiet, persistent steps you take every day. If you want to keep learning how to face life's challenges with the calm and power of a Stoic, subscribe to Stoic Flame and join a community of people committed to growth, resilience, and purpose. Your next breakthrough might be closer than you think. Don't miss it.